Conditional formatting is a feature in many spreadsheet applications that allows you to apply a special format to a cell or a group of cells that meet a certain criteria. And so I've picked 5 advanced Excel formatting tricks that we are going to go through together practically, and by the end of this tutorial you will have a taste on what conditional formatting can do in Excel. And of course, before we get started, if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing if you like this type of content. And also, as we go on with this video tutorial, if you find the content interesting, just give the video a like. You can also leave a comment in the comment section. So without further ado, let's get started. The first one is a combination of the data bars and the icon sets to achieve something that looks like this one, in that if an exercise is finished, for example, this one gets to 100%, you can see the data bar updates automatically, and also we get an icon set of a tick mark. So to achieve this kind of data formatting, let's come over to this data set and start working on that. So I will say equals, just replicate the data that is sitting in this cell, double click to send this one down. Now I'll go ahead and highlight the entire column, head over to conditional formatting, navigate over to this solid fill group, and you can choose any color of your choice. I'll go ahead and pick this purple data bar, and there you go. So far, if this one looks beautiful to you, you can leave it at that, but let's move on and make it look exactly like this. Go ahead and highlight the entire row, come back to conditional formatting. This time I'll go to manage rule because I want to make a few changes. So I'll click in the rule and then come over here to edit rule. I'd like to remove the percentages and show the data bar only, so I'll put a check mark on this option. And because we want to add a second icon set to give us the tick mark effect, so I'll make changes to the minimum and the maximum values over here. So in the drop down, I'll pick number, leave it at 0, and in here I also pick a number. I'll put 2 over here. I click OK for now. Click on apply, click OK, and there you go. Now you can see we are almost getting our formatting done. One more thing that we need to do is to add the second icon set that gives us the tick mark effect. So I highlight the entire column once again, go back to conditional formatting. This time I'll come to icon sets, navigate over to the indicators group and choose this specific option. By default, all the icon shades will show to the left, and the figures will also be reinstated, so we need to make changes. I'll go ahead and highlight the entire column once again, go back to conditional formatting, manage rule, click in the rule that we want to amend, and then come over to edit rule. Of course, we want to show the icon only. I'll put a tick mark in this option. I'll turn off these other icons and retain the tick mark only. So in the drop down, I'll choose this option. Let's do it for the second icon. For the value type in the drop down, go ahead and pick number. Put a 1 to represent 100%. Click OK. Apply. Click OK once again. And there you go. Now we have the tick mark effect, and that's one of the examples how we can combine data bars and icon sets together. The second one is highlighting the entire row based on a cell value. For example, in this data set, you can see we are highlighting the entire row based on values for February if they are greater or equals to 2000. The fastest method to achieve this is writing a formula that will evaluate to either true or false, and then copy that same formula into your conditional formatting rule. So I'll come over to this cell and say equals, is this LO3 greater or equals to 2000? And there you go. I'll get a false, and yes, this value is less than 2000. Let me drag this formula to the second row. This one gives us a true, and yes, this value is greater than 2000. So we are going to copy this formula into our conditional formatting rule. But before I do that, I'll go ahead and fix my column. So I'll put $L3, hit enter key, then I'll come over to the formula bar, copy this formula. Now let's highlight our entire data set, conditional formatting, new rule, and this time let's use a formula to determine which cell to format. In here we shall paste our formula and then come over to format. For the fill color, I'll go with a purple fill color, and the font, I'll make it bold in white. Click OK. Click OK once again, and there you go. In just a flash, you're able to distinguish which values are greater than 2000. The third one is zebra shading, and this is something that you can achieve by converting your data set into an Excel table, but I just wanted to show you how you can use conditional formatting to achieve the same. In this particular example, you can see that all rows with even numbers have been highlighted. So we need to first write a formula that will evaluate to either true or false to find out whether this row is an even number or an odd number, and once it gives us a true or false, we can copy that formula into our conditional formatting rule. So I'll go ahead and write that formula in here. I say equals is even, then inside the is even function I'll open the row function, close parenthesis, and hit enter key on the keyboard. You can see this one gives us a false, and yes, this is row number 3, which is an odd number. So let's drag this formula to the second row. This one gives us a true, and yes, this is an even number. So we won't use this formula in our conditional formatting rule to achieve this zebra shading. So in the formula bar, I highlight and copy the formula, highlight our entire data set, open the conditional formatting and set new rule, use a formula to determine which cell to format. Let's paste our formula in here, choose our fill color. I'll go with a purple, and for the font color I'll make it bold and white. Click OK, and there you go. You can see all rows that have even numbers have been highlighted, hence achieving the zebra shading effect. The fourth one is applying automatic borders to a normal data range. For example, if I try to add a new record in here, you'll see automatic borders getting applied. Let's see how you can set it up using conditional formatting. You'll highlight the rows where you want automatic borders to apply, go to conditional formatting, new rule, use a formula to determine which cell to format. You'll say equals not, open brackets, is blank, open brackets. Now select the column header, apply a mixed cell reference by removing the $sign of the row number, close twice, click on format. On your borders tab, you just click on outline, click OK, click OK once again. Now let's test our results. I'll start typing in a record, and there you go, borders are applied automatically. So that's how you can apply automatic borders using conditional formatting. Those are some of the conditional formatting tricks. If you found this video tutorial valuable, consider subscribing to the channel. See you in the next video.